Alright, hello. So this video is going to be, honestly, maybe a bit of a long video, but it's going to be talking all about the launch of Snowbreak Containment Zone and my overall thoughts on it as a new player. So let's just get right into it. I'll go over the combat, the story, the characters, the pulling,
A reason
all
to fight?
those.
Sure, I've got one.
Shut up. Alright, so talking first about the combat, since that's what a lot of people care most about. There's a lot to talk about, and there's a lot of different types of combat. So I guess we should just talk about, you know, how the combat feels as a system to play as. So I'm on PC. I've heard there are some people having issues with it on mobile. I can't speak on those since I'm on PC, but I guess we could just hop into like a boss fight real quick just to showcase some of the combat. Alright, so this is a major story battle that I am replaying. I already played it a while ago, so I'm a little overpowered for it. As you can see, I'm sort of shredding this health bar, but the first time when you play through it, it is a lot more difficult. So, I figured getting to show some of the boss battles is a good way to show, you know, some of this combat. So, obviously this movement is very fluid. There are interesting attacks, such as, you know, the sort of attacks where you need to get behind something to dodge that powerful attack that would OHKO you without it. All the different characters have skills. So there is Life's skill, that's the name of this character. She uses a submachine gun, and you know, aiming and everything, it feels very fluid, you know. During this part, you need to actually run, because she destroys this platform. So you need to run, and then you get to fight smaller characters. See, these animations are insane too. She sticks her arm through the wall.
You can't beat
I figure
it.
I could get out the shotgun character right now. This is Nita, my favorite shotgun character. See, shotguns are nice to use. They shoot pretty standard. Her skill is she punches. This is the last place you need to go to. I figure I could use a sniper character for this last part. This is Marianne. As you can see, snipers zoom in with a scope. You can shoot. There are iframes during rolls, so for attacks like that, you just have to like dodge through them. You'll get iframes. Her skill is she leaves behind a decoy. Enemies will shoot that decoy, and not this character. So, and then her ultimate is she just fires a really powerful sniper blast. Alright, so in order to showcase the story, I'm going to be going to the very first story level in the game, just so there's no major spoilers or anything. But, you know, it's sort of like a visual novel style. This is how you talk. A speech bubble for your character will pop up in the middle of the screen. So you're not a silent protagonist. And there's this really interesting storyline where you lose some of your memories and become like a military general. It's a little weird, but one important thing to mention is there is a skip button, right? Confirm to skip the story. It'll give you a little summary of what goes on in that section, and then you can just skip it. You don't have to go through it, which is really, really nice, especially for those people that don't like the story. So far, I think the story is really nice, and you know, I'm enjoying it. While I have been streaming this game, I have been reading through the story, because as much as I want to skip through it to make the stream more interesting, I can't, because the story is just so engaging and fun. Now, quickly talking about the characters, I have a few characters unlocked and a lot not unlocked. but I wanted to quickly just go over how I felt about the characters, the designs, the personalities, and all that. So here is Nita. She is probably my favorite character in the game so far. I like her design. She's got these big arms that like pop out from behind her, and she punches around. She looks really great, and she has a nice personality. She is Australian, and she goes like boom, 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 and she's very like rough around the edges, so she's a cool character. But characters like Life, this is one of the first characters you meet in the game. I'll switch back to her default skin so you could see her normal design. Then this is the skin that you got for the pre-registration rewards. So you could see a lot of these character designs are really nice, and a lot of them have an interesting personality. Alright, talking next about the gacha. You know, it's a gacha game, you have to talk about it. The gacha in this game is alright, right? It's got the typical beginner banner. 20% off, so a 10 pull is 8 instead of 10. And you can only do it 50 times, but after that 50 times, you're guaranteed a 5-star. It's pretty basic. A lot of games have it, but it's good to have because a lot of games also don't have it, you know? And I would say this is one of the more generous things in the game, especially because you're able to get a bunch of these standard pulls, which is what you use on this, pretty easily in the beginning of the game. I'm actually getting pretty close. I am well over halfway on this, so yeah, I figured I'd mention that. Talking about the standard banner, 80 pity, it's pretty, you know, standard. 80 pity, it's just normal, you get a random 5-star from this. And then the weapons banner is interesting because you get to choose which weapon from the standard weapon banner. This is a standard weapon banner. You get to choose which weapon you get a 50-50 for. So out of all of these weapons, you get to pick one, and it'll be a 50-50 for that weapon. Sort of like a limited banner. So that's actually really nice based off the fact that it's, you know, a standard banner. The same thing goes for this one, except you don't get to choose, it's just the limited thing. It's also worth noting that on both of the weapon banners, the pity is only 60, it's not 80. And that's you know, nice, because a lot of times in gacha games, the weapon banner can be very, you know, whale territory. And then for the limited banner, it's just like the standard banner, except it is a 50-50 for the limited character, 80 pity and all that. Now it costs 160, sort of like Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, to do one pull. So I have 160 right here, so I can show you the summoning animation. Because when I play a new gacha game, I want to see the animation. So here you go. So here it is. You have to swipe down. This is one of the things I don't like about it, is you have to swipe down. It's manual. So you swipe down, it pops up, and there's a little blue thing right there. See, normally it would pop up as purple if you got a purple, or gold if you got a gold. And if there's a 10 pull, they'll pop up all around the screen. So it's pretty basic, but I don't necessarily like that you have to swipe down to get it. The rates for this are alright, so there's a base 0.7% chance to get a 5-star, but over time that increases to 1.86%. And then same goes for 4 stars, except it's every 10 pulls, and there's an 8% chance it goes up to 14.68. So you're going to be getting a lot of 4 stars, more than some other gacha games, but the 5 stars are really difficult to get your hands on. So this section is going to be talking about the rewards you get, the types of rewards, and the amount of rewards. So for the current events, here's how it goes. After you complete the first chapter in the story, you get a free 10 pull. on the standard banner. After you complete the second chapter, you get a free 10 pull on the standard weapon banner. After you complete chapter 4, you get a free skin for a character. After you complete chapter 5, and I'll get back to this, you get a 5-star selector. And after 6, you get enough currency for a 10 pull on any banner of your choice. Usually that would be the limited banner. Then there's all these different quest lines and stuff you could do. There's character trials to get gems. There is a 14-day login for the beginning of the game, where you get a total of 10 pulls on the standard banner, a bunch of stamina refreshes, a free 4-star character, and an exclusive skin for that 4-star character, as well as dupes. Then every month there's a daily check-in for rewards. They're mediocre, but you do get some pulls here and there. The thing I wanted to get back to is the 5-star selector. After completing chapter 5 in the story, which it's not hard to get to, that's pretty quick, based off the fact that there's 10 chapters, so that's halfway through the current story. You get to pick any 5-star from the standard banner you like. Me personally, I'm probably going to be getting Phrygia, but that's just me. So you get a free 5-star character from that, a free 5-star character from the standard beginner banner, and that's just the current events. From quests and such, daily quests get you 50 digicash, which is the premium currency, and a bunch of XP. Weeklies just give you a shit ton of digicash. Like, look at all this. This is all for my weeklies right now. Targets, these are like achievements. They give like 10, 20, sometimes I think a couple of them give you like 50. Maybe, I don't know. But these are like, typical achievements. And then this is the main story quests. So these you'll get by doing the story, leveling up your characters, and just doing unlocked side content. And you will get a bunch of pulls for these, and a bunch of stuff of the sort. So you'll get free 4-star weapons, premium currency. These are like artifacts and dupes for characters. And then eventually, you'll get a bunch more. So those are nice. Then this is another thing for the launch of the game. I think it'll last forever, but you log in 7 days, you get more quests every day, and you get enough stuff over this time. You'll get pulls, you'll get credits, and you will actually get a 5-star weapon, a free 5-star weapon, which I've heard is actually really good. So all things considered, and the battle pass. Of course, there's a battle pass. It's similar to most battle passes. So the rewards overall really aren't that bad. The only thing I could ask for is maybe more premium currency. Talking about side content, there's a bunch of it. This is one example. These are like sort of like dorm rooms where you can actually visit your characters in their bedroom. So this is for the simps. You can enter your character's room, chat with them. Sometimes you can have little cutscenes, and you can send them gifts. So for example, you can buy your crush a bookshelf, and they'll love you. Don't ask me. I'm not good with women. But yeah, this is just a fun little side thing that they added actually in between the closed beta test and the final release. Right here is where you'll find most of the side content. For example, the main story has a hard mode that you can go through. It's just replaying most of the stages. These are the things that you can get upgrade materials for. This is a co-op dungeon crawler, like roguelike type thing. It's really fun. I can make an entire video on that because it's really fun. But just know I'm really enjoying that. Every time you unlock a character, straight away you unlock a whole quest line based on them. So there are story sections, fighting sections, and this is how you get upgrade materials for that specific character. This is sort of like Spiral Abyss or Memory of Chaos. It's just like a tower mode you can climb, and I think this is like an endgame version. This is just some sort of thing that like tests your abilities, and I haven't unlocked this yet, so I can't speak on that yet. Overall, this game is great. The combat is nice, it feels engaging and rewarding, and it's actually difficult. There are times where this combat is genuinely difficult, and I enjoy that. I like difficult games. If you don't like difficult games, that's fine, just take it a bit slower. But if you do like difficult games, you're totally able to do something like the hard mode, jump really far ahead and get to a point where you might have to rerun that single level like 5 to 10 times just to get through it. Some of the boss battles can be difficult the first time around. Like I said, there's that dungeon crawler mode that can be difficult. In the quality of life with, you know, upgrading your weapons and stuff, your weapons have attachments. You could put like, you can modify them, put like scopes and suppressors on them. It's great. There's so many different things, and this is all just on launch. I highly recommend you join now, because if you join right now, you can get all the pre-registration rewards, you can get all of these free like quest lines for daily logins, you can get, there were some issues during launch, and just for those issues during launch, they rewarded us with a free skin in 500 premium currency. Like, if you join now, you're gonna get a bunch of shit off the bat, and it'll help you a bunch. So if you're not sure if you want to play this game or not, or you're already playing it and want to see somebody else do it, I have been streaming this game almost non-stop. Every waking hour, if I'm not doing anything, I'm streaming this game. So if you want to watch my streams, that would be amazing.
Sure.
Dude,
I've got one.
Shut up, please. If you want to watch my streams, that'd be great. I'd love to have some people join in and watch. And there's also a bunch of other people streaming this like 24/7. So I highly recommend you join the game, tune into a stream sometime, whether that be mine or someone else's. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody enjoys playing Snowbreak Containment Zone.